some upgrades done. Newport High School has got a new grass infield. In the past, that's been kind of a rough place, but they are starting to try to put a little bit of money into it.
Nice.
So some of these fields are like right access, even though they're in Kentucky. It's like playing downtown. It's not that much further than
Right.
going to some of these other ones. And then this year I'm going to work on Beechwood out there to see if we can use that if needed. That's an all turf field with lights. So mostly looking for that in case we need it for the end of the season for playoffs, different things like that, or try to get some games in. And again, that's right off of 75 going down into Kentucky, so it's easy access there for guys. So, as this league grows and we keep getting some of these and additional fields and better fields, it's really nice. So
yeah, and then Ray, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention two other ones that have been in the mix that probably aren't going to be ready when we start, that may be ready later in the season, and sounds like they will be next year. One that Scott Compton has worked on and the Brew Crew, it's called Heroes Park. It's going to go up over in Springdale. That could be a big one for us. Apparently they're putting in some turf fields over there. And there's a facility where my daughter plays soccer up in Warren County that is just going in. They call it the Union Village of Warren County, something like that. I'm taking a tour of it next week when she starts practicing out there. 6 fields, 3 adult-sized fields, 1 with turf, 1 with lights. So the guy told me they're letting the grass grow in the outfield. Maybe if all goes well there, we could use some maybe later this summer or maybe even playoffs, but certainly next year they were open to it. And again, that's another great location. It's right off 741, a little south of Springboro, north of Lebanon, near Armco Park, if you're familiar with that area.
yeah.
It'd be a great spot to, you're playing the Mudcats, you're playing the Braves, you're playing the Knights, whatever. It's going to be another one of those good in-between spots.
Yeah, it's looking great with all these additions and different things. So a lot of nice places to play. The thing that it's a no-brainer when we ask guys, and I know like all last year we always tease, and we'll still remind everybody throughout the year when we're playing on turf. As we're going out there, know that you're representing us as the league and upstanding, because we work really hard on getting these fields and things and take care of them, because that carries on. Word of mouth, I'm telling you, around
it's huge.
Area
It is huge.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
So,
athletic directors talk to one another and
Yep.
they say, hey, what's your experience with these guys? So again, treat it like it's your own. They're not easy to get. And in fact, I've even told a couple managers that kind of in my ear about a home field. I said, hey, if you can find something, and they're finding it's not easy, and it really makes you appreciate the ones we have.
Yep.
Even North College Hill, as
Yep.
much as some guys like to complain,
That's it.
hey, they'll let us use it anytime, and it's there for a reasonable price. So, again, like Ray said, let's take care of all these fields like they're our own. They're not easy to come by.
Yeah, I think one that we should maybe bring Shao on as he finds out a little bit more about that Finneytown rebuild, and maybe do a hot corner with Shao and update guys on what's going on in Finneytown. I know when we talked a little bit in the meeting, I don't think he had all the answers yet to what they were going to do or anything.
I think he has a pretty good relationship with the AD over there, Gerald Warmack, and I guess the short and long of it here is that they're going to build a new field over at the high school with turf and lights. Yeah. And the way Shao has been able to forge a pretty good relationship with them, hopefully once they get that up and running, we'll be able to start using that. So that could be another turf field for us.
Yep. Yeah, that's good. That just means we can get more games in, so we won't have to worry about a lot of makeup games and different things too with this, with the turf. So it's going to be good.
Well, another spot that has good fields is Fort Myers, Florida, and our good buddy Jason Murray heading down there with the South Bend Cardinals to play in the Sunshine Classic later this week. Kind of like a mini version of the Roy Hobbs series in October. It's kind of like a half-week deal. I think you've played down there in this. Nothing better than February baseball.
Yeah, the February actually is. It's not like playing in the World Series, right? But this February, the spring tournament that they have is unreal. It's a blast. Every team, you get the locker experience. down there. So when you go in, your money's included. They wash your uniforms, hang them up in your locker every day. All your gear, anything that you have, they make sure they get it all clean. They have it all cleaned up for you in your lockers, in and out every day, which is great. You play most of your games. You don't play at any of the stadiums. I'd say that's the only negative right now. But all your games are played at the Player Development Center, which is the old Boston Red Sox fiveplex.
The old fiveplex, yeah, down on is it Edison Avenue, right there at the dead end. Great spot.
Yes, yeah. So it's there. Roy Hobbs actually owns that facility, I believe. I know they started out leasing it from the city, but if I'm not mistaken, I do believe we ended up buying that facility, but I'm not 100% on that.
Yeah.
But we got some guys from the Colts that we merged with the South Bend Cardinals. Some of those guys that get together and they go down there, and we got guys from all over. I've played with them the last few years down there. This would be, of course, I have to miss out this year. I can't play yet. But which is nice, I'm actually leaving for Florida on Wednesday as well.
Oh, well, lucky you.
So my wife and I we may be taking a trip down to we're going to Orlando for the week, and I may pop in and see the boys down there.
It's probably about a 3-hour drive maybe. You could head on over across I-4 down I-75 and hit the stadium. That wouldn't take too long.
Yeah, it's actually not too bad. It's really it's a little bit closer to 2 hours. It's not that bad now. Yeah. And it also just depends on what time you get out of on I-4. But
that's a whole other issue.
Yeah.
Disney traffic's not a whole lot of fun there, depending on what direction you're going. So,
I know some of the guys added some guys. I know Shao's going. Shao's going down there this year with the South Bend Cardinals. So a couple more guys from our league have joined forces and going down there. So it's good baseball. It's more. There's not as many teams. They limit the amount of teams there, of course, because of the fields that they use and different things. But they cater to you. You get every day. You get breakfast and lunch. Is all included. They have a nice spread of lunch and different things. They have different companies come in and cater. They also have some home cooked stuff that's really, really good. And then they provide you beer for the locker room for the guys.
Well, you can't beat that. Heck yeah.
Yeah. So it's
we hope to get an update from Murph on how they're doing. By the time we have the next show, we'll let you know how the guys do down there, and certainly best of luck to the South Bend Cardinals as they partake in the Sunshine Classic. Well, Ray, the next couple shows, we have some good stuff coming up here. We have a little season preview that we're going to do, and we're going to hopefully get every single, at least one representative from all 21 teams to kind of go over what roster changes have happened, what changes in the team, and I think it's going to take us a few episodes to get that in.
Yeah, it's going to take us a couple. Maybe we'll do a couple extra shows within the time frame and get all that in the preview, and we might have a couple other special episodes for guys to keep tuning in and listening, and we'll throw some tips and tricks out there for you. But I'm glad this is starting up, and again, guys out there, if you have any ideas, run it by us. I've already had a couple people drop a few things for us, and Jason and I have already talked a couple things. So
and one of the great ideas that we've ever had was said in jest a few years ago. John Cattleman mentioned something to me about a schedule release. In jest, said I should do it on the radio on my real job, but I can't really justify that on say WLW. But we could do it here. So if you guys want a schedule release show like the NFL, let us know. I think we could do that. We may be able to release the details of the 2020 CABL schedule right here first for you guys when that's done. And, of course, that's going to be probably another month or so before we get all the details with the fields and all. But that could be something I think guys would like.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. Maybe then we can also pick out some of the preview some games of the week and different things.
Yeah, some of the potential ones, yeah. Absolutely. So that'll be cool. We're looking to get a hold of the coaches from the other teams, see who's gone where, who's new, who's out, and what everybody looks like for the year. So that should be about at least, I would imagine, a 3 to 4 part episode there to get all that in. But we're looking forward to that, and that's what's on tap for the first few episodes of the season. Of course, this being the first one, and we'll try to get some of those previews going. So hopefully, we're about 8 weeks away, and hopefully the spring is starting to come around and give us some good, warm, dry weather come April 19th.
Yeah, that'd be good, and can't wait to get the nice smell of the grass. And are we going to switch to the smell of the turf? I don't know.
Eventually it's going to be the smell of the turf and the crushed up tires there. Yeah.
Rubber tires in there. But and guys, this year I'm going to try to do a little bit better job on the Two Cutoff Men Facebook page. I'll try to give you a little bit of sneak peek previews of what's coming up on our shows and different things like that. Is again, last year Jason and I kind of was flying by the seat of our pants with this and seeing how it was going and how guys liked it. And since there's been such a big response, we'll try to do a little more with it. So we talked about doing some possible games of the week, different things like that, as far as actually going out and doing play-by-play kind of thing for some games. So not just the All-Star game, but
yes. And one other thing before I get done mentioning everything that's going on for 2020, Ray, we've been having our league banquet at Rudino's. I'm going to say 5 or 6 years in a row now. Rudino's in Montgomery on Montgomery Road. That won't be the case anymore. They're closing their doors next week. The group that owns that particular piece of property is a car dealer, and just what we need, another car lot on Montgomery Road. So unfortunately, that's gone by the wayside. We're going to have to find a new place for the league banquet. So guys, if you're listening, you have some good potential landing spots for us there, let us know. Somebody will cut us a good deal. Banquet's always a great time. Let the bids start coming in now.
Yeah, definitely, and let Jason and I know, because maybe as part of the deal, we can try to work in adding like a little commercial or some kind of little spot for them in the show for doing it for us too. So we can work some things out there to sometimes new growing or whatever they like to hear it. So.
Sure, maybe a player of the week gets a free pint at the play establishment of our choice, perhaps. That want to hold the banquet. That's just an idea. I'll throw it out there. So who knows? But if you guys have any ideas, again, let Ray or I know. We'd love to certainly find a new partner for that, and could even help out with our player of the week and our games of the week.
Yeah. So it's been a great first show of season 2. I guess we can start going like we'll try to go by season 1, season 2. We won't be like Netflix and make you wait 6 months for the next episode this time. But yeah, it's been a great first show, Jason. I'm glad we're back. I'm glad we're doing this again. I've loved partnering up with you and doing this, and we're having a blast. And I'd say for episode 1, let's head out the door.
Thank you, Ray. It's certainly great to be back in the saddle again, and I'm glad we're doing this again. Always look forward to recording these shows with you. In fact, I can't wait till we start doing them more regularly once we start playing. So, again, thanks for all you do, and looking forward to another great season of the Two Cutoff Men. That's going to wrap it up for this week. You can follow us on Spreaker.com, find us on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Google Play. Like us on Facebook and look us up on Twitter. Don't forget to check out the league's website. That's www.cincyabl.com. Special thanks to this week's guest in the hot corner, the inimitable Justin Kraus, owner of BP Bats. Go get yourself some bats from Justin and the guys. Hope you'll join us again for the next episode of the Two Cutoff Men. Until then, for Ray Sterling, I'm Jason Earhart saying thanks for listening. Thank God for the fans.